All right, looks all right. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves a little bit then, since we're here. I'm Trouble Chuck. I'm the Streamer Squad founder person, the guy putting this together, and the one who makes all the snarky tweets that you see on the official Twitter account. So that's our entire marketing strategy is probably my tweets. Um, but yeah, that's me. Let's let Waffles talk about himself for a little bit. Maybe you've got something better to introduce yourself with than that.
So my name is Injured Waffles or Sam. I have been content creating since 2012 started on YouTube and then came over to Twitch where I've been working for since 2014 on and off, and went to Mixer last year in 2017, got partnered, then came back to Twitch where I'm wanting to get partnered here. So and it's been a journey and an adventure, and I've picked up a lot of knowledge along the way, and yes, that's pretty much who I am.
That's what they say. It's not about the journey. It's about the wait.
The
Not
other
about the
way around.
destination.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's about the stuff you learn along the way.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
heck with the journey. It's all about the destination.
Yeah, just trying to get there, man.
But
God, I feel like that sometimes though.
yo, what's up, Mr. Joker? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Very glad to have you join us.
Hey, man.
So
Yeah, I think I recognize you from Twitter. So what's up? I think I'm seeing this guy at PAX. And
yeah,
a couple days-
we got a packed show today, though, don't we? It's like we got some hard hitting topics that we want to talk about.
little bit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the lead in. I wrote up a little monologue type thing here, so we're gonna try this out. My camera will stay still. Sorry about that. Eventually, I'll get a little better presenting these. But so, is calling someone out for being a jerk on social media the right thing to do? This sort of behavior happened a lot over the last week, and if I'm being honest, I wasn't completely immune to it myself, as you all may have seen with a little apology message on the Streamer Squad account. But it's something that's worth at least addressing and thinking about, because I get it. I get the frustration. I get the anger. Like, something happens to you with a person being a jerk to you, or you see somebody be a jerk to someone else, and your first response is, hey, what? Wait a minute, this isn't right. I should do something about this. So what do? Well, the correct way to go about it is to take evidence of the person's behavior and then take it to the platform owners for them to issue punishment. So you go through, you take screenshots, you submit it to Twitch or Mixer or Twitter, and then nothing happens. So now what? You've done what you can. You send it to the platform holders. You don't get a response. How can you go about getting the justice that you feel you deserve? Outrage and reaction culture has permeated our society to the point where companies kind of just refuse to take action on things that aren't called out publicly. If you Google United Airlines, for example, or look them up on Twitter, you'll find thousands of tweets of people asking for a refund for the smallest things, like someone else's pet was too close to me during the flight, or things like that. And it's not a streaming specific problem by any means, but it's one that we've faced a lot recently. So back to our situation. You've been wronged, and the person who wronged you is out there streaming like nothing ever happened. You now have a choice to make. And unlike most choices in life, you probably already know what the right answer is to this one. The problem is, the right answer in this situation doesn't lead to anyone getting punished, and it's basically you being told to, hey, suck it up because you've been wrong. And that sucks. You know, everybody wants to be the social Batman whenever somebody messes up. Because of the lack of support reporting channels on the streaming platforms, you either just have to suck it up and move on like nothing happened, or go to Twitter or stream and make a tirade. And while tirades can be incredibly productive and, speaking from personal experience, a little satisfying, you then have to live with the label of person who brings up streamer drama from then on out. So like once you start digging that up, it's a label. It's something that gets cast on you, and it's very hard to then move away from that. And as something I noticed, this isn't just you interacting with other streamers. People look at you that are companies and sponsors and other people that want to co-stream with you, and people try to avoid some of that drama that gets created in those spaces. So here's the conclusion on the weird part. I can't actually sit here and tell you right from wrong, to tell you, hey, you shouldn't go do this, because, hey, sometimes a motherfucker deserves some justice. but just know the consequences going in and what that can do to your brand. And really, the real answer here is to please go put some pressure on streaming platforms to up their staff, start listening to complaints, and start taking these harassment claims more seriously. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I think that was very well put. Very, very well put. And, you know, like we said last week, it's a rampant problem that, you know, dealing with these emotions and wanting to attack the person who has wronged you. So I like your TED Talk a lot. I thought it was very, very well done. Very well done.
Have you had to deal with anything like that? Do you find yourself leaning more towards the spreading things when they happen, or the sitting on your hands whenever they happen?
I tend to.
Up to the stream title.
I tend to. I guess. I don't necessarily want to go after someone, but I also don't want to let them get away with it either sometimes. But typically for me, well, especially in an online environment, I try to shake it off, because thankfully I haven't dealt with too many people, I guess, going after me as a streamer and as a person yet, which is very fortunate for me. Very, very fortunate.
Yeah, I'll just give it time.
But it's definitely there's definitely like the viewers that you have that are like, you know, you suck, you're a horrible streamer and stuff like that. And it's like, well, boy, do I want to just rip you a new one, but gotta bite that tongue, because you never know, you might just get what.
Oh man, I saw a pretty good case the other day of some guy talking about how he didn't. Anyway, you know what? All right. Well, I'm not gonna say any names, but there was a like sexual harassment thing going around, and some guy that's like, look, here's the conversation that I had with this woman. Here's exactly what happened. And if you actually go through it and read it, it's like, hey, wait a minute. Why did you post this publicly? You're not helping yourself. So yeah.
It's like, what are you thinking, buddy? What's your thought process today?
It's a good example of how trying to call somebody out could backfire.
Yeah, exactly. And all I'm saying is, it's like, make sure you think things through, guys, before you post anything or do anything. Just make sure to think things through.
Yeah, that's
good streamer advice right there.
The advice you'll get in therapy, which is like, wait a couple of days, wait 24 to 48 hours before taking any kind of action, and see if you're still as angry about it after that time passes.
Exactly, you know, because it's easy to want to fan the flames. It's easy to want to attack someone for. I guess it's like basic human emotion. You know, you just want to go after someone. You know, someone hurts your honor and your pride, and you just want to attack them, especially if it's unfounded. So it's like I said, guys, cool it. Think things through.
I mean, also it's kind of fun. Like it's not to acknowledge it. It's a little fun.
I can't disagree with you though. It is fun. It's a lot of fun. You're like, I'm ready to take you down. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So I really do agree with you on that one for sure. I tells you. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to start with a coaching thing and then move on into the main topic? Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right.
Intermittent, have a stream coach up real quick.
All right.
Let me go ahead and turn off the display. Oof, I need to figure out a way. But we'll turn off the display capture as we try to pull up really quickly
Let's start with we can start with Scrub if you want.
Okay.
Tear into him.
Yeah, let me go if you can post a link in here real quick.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. In the Twitch chat, or because I can do both.
Yes, Twitch chat. I think that's a good idea.
So that's actually good. Yeah, follow along at home.
So you guys can follow along. Make sure it's like kind of like homework. All right.
Yeah.
So I actually, funnily enough, took a look at Scrub this morning before we went live, and I wrote down some notes on what I thought. Of what I basically just what I thought. So
okay.
This is Scrub's channel. You can take this. He's a Mixer streamer, guys. Mixer.com/Scrub0. He is a variety streamer from the looks of it. He has a big emphasis on Realm Royale and MMOs. We can actually take a look at his info panel right here, which is actually one of the first things that I do want to talk about real quick. Is the info panel. It's a simple one. And guys, I always say this when you're first starting out, simple is, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to have the fancy panels yet, especially if you can't afford it, or if you don't have the talent or the skills to make work with Photoshop.
Yeah.
So it's really, but this is really, it's really clean. He has a bio, talks about himself a little bit. You can find him on Twitter right here. I'd recommend making that actually just a Twitter link. Same thing right here. He has the rules. He has, and this is always something that I think is really important. I don't know about what you think about it, Trouble Truck, but a schedule.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
So what I didn't think to check is, does he actually follow it? So
Yes.
I've noticed that a whole lot of people have schedules and very few of them actually follow. And hi guys in the chat, just must say hello, we acknowledge you. Yeah, a whole lot of people have schedules posted, and then I'll go through on their channel sometimes and check up on them, and they don't really follow it. So
yeah, and based on his past streams, it looks like he follows it for the most part.
Perhaps.
So
Probably better than I do.
Yeah, I went through, looked at some of the VODs as much as I could. It was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. He plays a lot of Realm Royale, which is fine. And once again, I'm a big proponent of trying something a little bit different on Mixer. So I'm really happy with Realm Royale, seeing that in Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited, and Maple Story 2, which is really cool. So speaking of which, real quick, I also watched some of the VODs as well. Did you have any clip that you wanted to show for it?
No.
Okay, so
I can link to a VOD clip actually, if you want. You exactly go up to.
Right here at the very beginning, guys, this is really good. I think he didn't start too long. It didn't take him too long. It took 4 minutes and about 4 minutes to get in there, which is good. You don't want your starting soon screens to go on too long. Which
it's best if you can have a timer, but I know having a timer isn't exactly viable for everybody.
Yeah, agreed. Because once that timer runs out, if you're still not there, then it just gets awkward.
Yeah, everybody's gone. Yeah, it's good because people know how long to wait, but yeah, it's a race against the clock.
And so it's good though. He gets right into the game. I like that. But if there is something that I can recommend for you, Scrub, because there's a lot of silence right here, a lot of dead air. My recommendation at this point, start talking more, but start, speak. Basically, you want to fill the space with something, but you don't want to have just your dead air. You know what I mean? You want to fill your stream with something of substance, something that gives you more people. When people come in, you want to give them a reason to stick around, and they see someone who's talking and having a good time versus someone who's just sitting there playing the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then eventually you want to start evolving that as well.
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. Like, start talking to yourself until somebody shows up and then likes the hypothetical person that you're talking to, basically. So I actually, if some people feel uncomfortable doing this, and this may be kind of weird, but you can literally practice by talking to yourself in a mirror, or if you're driving, like commuting to work or driving to work, just start narrating things that you pass by and things that you see, and start trying to get comfortable with the sound of your own voice. Yeah, that's actually a big hurdle for a lot of new people. Is I feel weird talking. So.
Yeah, it's because it's really important, guys. It's a skill that you can learn. It's something that you can pick up with practice. It's always keep practicing. Like Trouble Truck said, you're in the shower, just be like, start talking. You're driving. You're like, all right, I'm driving down the interstate and I'm having a good old time. Oh, look at that. It's a freaking cow. Wow. Things like that. So you want to interject energy, but you also don't want to be like narrating though. You don't want to be like, all right, we're about to enter this door and I have entered the door. Things like that.
It's not a play-by-play or color commentator.
Exactly.
You're narrating action.
Exactly. Remember that, guys. You're an entertainer. You're supposed to be entertaining. At least if that's what you're going for. Which I think is what most of us as streamers are going for. So I
We
think
need to get
anyways.
some non-entertainers. That's not the word for it. We should get some people with a different focus on here. So I was taking a look at Scrub's Twitter, and it's generally pretty good. But one thing I do advise on Twitter is to put something in your bio that says what kind of streamer you are. So I talked a little bit about this on Twitter the other day, but a good bio will say not only that you are a streamer and like what sort of places you stream, but it will tell someone about you. So it's your elevator pitch. It's your, hey, someone clicked on my page, please stick around. So that's why you want to say like, hey, I mostly play games A and B, or I'm a variety MMO streamer, or I play ukulele sometimes. Just little things like that that you can throw in there to try to make it stand out from every other Twitter bio out there.
Exactly. You want to be concise, but you also want to be different. Which is always, oh gosh, that's always the hardest thing, guys, when it comes to being a streamer. Right? It's like, how do you separate yourself from, streamer number 1,730,000,000,000,000,000. It's difficult, yeah. But it's something that you really got to sit down, guys. And every night you're like, what can I do to improve? And what can I do to be different and be better?
It's the just build the streamer world, right? Just be different. It's easy. Just build.
Exactly. Oh gosh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
It's pretty much the get good of it, right? Because what does being different mean, and what is different? And if you get too far down that rabbit hole, you're just Googling what exists and finding every other streamer that's just like you with your ideas. So it's not, when we say be different, you don't have to go out and do something that's never been done before. But it's find, really, I think anyway, the key to this is find your strength. So it's not so much be different than everybody else, but make sure that you are comfortable with yourself and that you know what you're good at. So I am actually pretty good at filling dead air and keep talking and not running out of things to say. And I'm a little bit funny sometimes, I guess. In fact, the inside of my wedding ring says the phrase "sometimes funny" on it. And then I can be a good host. So I try to merge that into interviews and try to do these like down-to-earth interviews with people that roll in like that and feel natural. And that's how I found a way to build off of my personal strengths. And then what about you? How'd you go about finding your personal strength and building that into your brand?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's I realized that I'm really good at talking. I figured out how to fill up that dead air. And I realized one of my greatest strengths is that I make people feel welcome to a stream. I make them feel like they are more than just a viewer. I make them feel like they're part of a family. So I use that strength and I use that to help keep pushing my stream forward. When new people come in, it's like, wow, you're so energetic and you're so positive. And it's like, yeah, and you're more than welcome to become a part of that. So that's what helps to differentiate me from, the person who in the directory who's playing the same game I am and is who's just playing the game really well versus being entertaining and also welcoming and interactive. In fact, you also posted a very interesting research study based on what viewers actually like.
Yeah.
When it comes to streamers. And one of the top things was interactivity, guys. So, it's really, really important. I think, what was it? Interactivity, then webcam, face, mic, and then there was like 4 big things that viewers think are really important, and then 4 things that streamers think are really important. So, I'm sure that you guys we'll post that link, but you guys should absolutely check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely post that link again. But it's a good read. So another thing I was thinking, and that I've been told before, is that variety streamers and people who sell their personalities actually have a bit of a harder time getting noticed from the search all streamers screen. Because if you're very good at Fortnite or you're very good at Rainbow Six, you'll say like, hey, Plat 1 streamer, 900 wins, 31st places in the last hour. And if that's what someone's looking for, they can just scroll down and see in the title like, hey, there's this person, let's click on this. But it's a lot harder to say like, hey, I'm funny, just trust me on this in a title and have people click on it, because no one's going to believe you. Yeah. Or just put /giveaway at the end, and that sometimes works.
Well, yeah, guys, no joke, your title is important. Like, it's really important. That's your avenue towards people being able to see who you are as a streamer. But I think also viewers tend to like descriptive titles as well, like what you're doing in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, like for a lot of mine, I'm like learning how to play the game. You know, a new streamer learning how to play video game.
He never actually changes it. It's just new streamer learns how to play video games.
Exactly. I'm still learning. So it's
baby's first person shooter. Yeah.
It's it's something that you want to build on, you know. But if you're really good at Overwatch, you're like, yeah, you know, Masters level Overwatch player at Reinhardt, you know, or like what Trouble Truck said, I'm Platinum 1 Rainbow Six Siege player, you know. So titles are a really great avenue, and you know, you don't want to just be a boring title. You also don't want to make an impersonal title or a title that's an inside joke either. So make it relatable to everyone, and that's usually with a description or descriptive title, to say the least.
It's also hard to study titles too, because normally to study good habits as a streamer, you go to the top streamers, but they're the ones that don't ever have. Like, I bet you Ninja doesn't give a second thought to his title ever.
Yeah.
Why would he? People know where he is. He's at the top of the factory.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's, and it's a really good point, because, you know, the top streamers, they don't care about their habits anymore because they're the top. It's
good point, Zach.
It's a really difficult thing to when you're watching the big streamers, because you want to watch them because you want to see what made them successful, but a lot of the times they've kind of dropped the things that have made them successful because, you know, they're successful. But I mean, most of them still have a consistent schedule, though. Most of them still are funny and entertaining. So it's like, what did they do to get them there, to elevate them to that level?
Yeah, and Zach, you have a good point there. Twitch doesn't have an algorithm, so your title's really all you have. Their title and what your UI looks like. So that is actually a good point that some people don't really think about, is what is your thumbnail going to look like? You don't have a choice of what your thumbnail is, unfortunately, but you can try to be prepared for when you start streaming so that a bad thumbnail doesn't show up, or maybe just smile all the time and do your best modelly pose at the camera 24/7.
Yeah,
also, if anybody in the chat has a title that they've used and a title that they come across that's funny or something like that, go ahead and post on it. We'll comment.
Yeah, I'd love to see some of your titles, guys, because, you know, titles are what grabs me when I'm looking at a stream. So really good. And welcome, Little Pumpkin Gaming. Zach, I'm very glad. Just become a statue for 24/7. I like that.
That's the goal.
And like you said, though, Twitch doesn't have an algorithm, but you know who does have an algorithm? YouTube has an algorithm. So guys, you know, branch out of Twitch, branch out of Mixer, go to YouTube, go to Twitter. They have algorithms. They can really help propel you forward, so to speak.
But what about the Twitter hype zone? Got to be prepared for that.
Got to be prepared for that Twitter hype zone.
You never know when your tweet's going to get hype zone.
You really don't. You really don't, because you made that one tweet the other day that had like 266 likes. And I was like, yeah, there you go. It was also like really funny too. So y'all look like you're not following me, and it shows.
That's fair.
See,
how did that work?
Well, that's the thing, is like you can interject humor in your titles if you want to. Then people can see, like, you know, your personality shining through. But it's like you want to be careful that you want to show your personality, but you also want to be careful that you don't want to drive people away either. With that, I guess.
To me, it's not. Oh, go on.
Yeah, well, it's like until people get to know you, you know, it's like you don't want to be. I don't know. You don't want to be too impersonal with other people with your personality.
Yeah.
Gotta stay relevant.
No, that's our entire Twitter philosophy here. Is I called it the other day shit post based marketing, which is just you make dumb memes and stupid tweets, and eventually people show up and
it seems to be working perfectly. So let's keep going with it. I like it.
I mean, I took it away from one of my like industry friends. I won't say exactly who it is, but it was the first games press event that I went up to, and he was the guy, the PR person running the event, and he's like, "Hey, come out, have a drink, and play this piece of shit game if you want. I don't really care. It's fine." And that was the game that he was being paid to promote, and it was just the attitude that he gave off of like, "Hey, I'm a cool person. Come like the things that I do," and it worked.
See, it's all about that confidence, guys. Got to have that confidence. Yeah. Confidence is really important, especially as a streamer. People can tell if you're not confident, and it kind of goes. You don't want to be that guy who's like,
okay, that doesn't work. That joke doesn't work. All right. Let's just slide right along there. Let's go into the next review, and then we'll launch into the main topic for the day. So you have Alan pulled up.
No, I do not, but I can pull him up.
Okay, or if you have someone else pulled out, about to.
Really quickly, let me grab him real quick and just.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw. It might be live at the moment, actually.
Let's see. We got Gotham Gotcha. That's the one I was looking
Oh,
for.
hear that one. Okay, let's do that one then.
Hello. Gotcha. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Right, so there we go.
We're taking a look at. We're doing a mixer partner. We are. I didn't realize. I probably wouldn't have selected this had I not. I looked at this going forward, but that's okay. I guess we're gonna critique a mixer partner.
and they are actually live at the current moment.
Yeah, both of them are. So this is. Wait, which one? Which one are you on? 7 Miles or Gotham?
I'm on Gotham right now.
Okay.
So they're currently live, actually. So we get to see some live gameplay right here, guys. The beauty of live streaming, guys, you get to watch this live while we're watching it live. We're stealing someone.
Make sure pull up our info tab and we'll talk on that.
Yeah, go in there, guys. Check them out. You know, if they're live, come and join us. It's it'll be a lot of fun. So when I came into here earlier today, because like I told you guys, I went through, checked them all out. And this is really top notch right here. These panels look really, really good. And the best part is they got the schedule, they have the about me, the rules, the goals, the games that they play, moderators that they have. That's actually something that you really don't see very often is moderators in a stream.
That's a very good idea. Yeah.
Which
I don't have that. I should do that.
Yeah, I probably should do that too. See, we're even the hosts are learning, guys. This is the best part.
Yeah, we're learning this
merchandise, donations. You have Gogbox, Streamlabs, loots, and then the designer. Always good to do that, guys. Make sure to credit your your graphics designers if you ever get any.
Yes, and I really like this too. The games in order. So the games are listed like in order of popularity that he plays them, and that's a very good way for someone else to get an idea. So it's like, hey, my mains are PUBG and Fortnite Save the World because they're the one person that does it. But then sometimes I'll be playing these other things, and that's a good way for someone to get a feel of the whole breadth of your content at a glance, like we are here.
Yeah. So Zakium, I want to answer your question real quick. What would the point of having mods being in your panel give? Yeah, it's something that viewers can see. It's like, I can see who your moderators are, so it's like an easy way to get into touch with someone who might be able to help me understand the channel a little bit better. Actually, no, they are not currently live. They're hosting someone. Okay. They're just hosting.
Yeah. But another thing on top of that is it's an element of personalization. So it's just a small way to shout out the people. Like, in fact, if I was this guy, I would try to link to the mods profiles. But it's just a small way of going into someone's stream and saying, oh, this person cares about their moderators. This person thinks about other people and wants to shout them out for all the hard work that they do. So it's just it's another system of showing that you are a person. You're personable and shouting out the people that do work for you. So it's a good look. It's a very good look because it surprised both of us here.
Yeah.
I also like that his panels are on brand.
Yeah, and everything looks really good. And once again, same thing here, starting soon screen, but doesn't last too long, which is always important, guys. Remember, if you're doing a starting soon, guys, please don't make it over 5 or 10 minutes long.
I'd say cap it at 5, like hard cap at 5.
Yeah, it like one of the things I hate going into a stream is sitting waiting when I felt like the stream should have started like a long time ago. So, he doesn't have a timer either, but timers aren't necessary. But they can be cool because it can give you an idea, but it can also bite you in the butt because if you aren't there when the timer's done, these things a little bit awkward.
What's going on, everybody?
A little bit awkward. Same thing here though. This streamer, he talks a lot.
Do anything.
Really interactive with his chat when they are talking. The one thing that I think I would recommend to go a little bit further with that is try to engage the audience a little bit more. Like, what can we say to keep the activity moving forward, so to speak, because you don't just want to talk to your chat anymore, especially not in 2019. You want to engage with your chat. How was your day? Yeah. How are you doing? What, questions of the day, things like that. You don't want to just be talking anymore to the chat. You want to be trying to keep them active as well.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, but our recording went poof because I forgot that you needed to enable VODs every time you start a new account.
Done.
So, but an idea is as you're going through the week, if you see an event that comes out, or say like, "Hey, I saw that the Aquaman movie got good reviews. Let's talk a little bit about the Aquaman movie and how people are excited for it," or a current event happens, or news of the day. Just make a little note. I carry around, well, I used to carry around a little notepad. I've now moved it to my phone and just type notes. It's the same thing. But just every time I get a thought of, oh, this is something that I found interesting, I write it down as a point of topic that I can bring up in a stream. Or even if you're in a chat with people on Discord, do you ever share links with all your friends on Discord? Just go back through that for the week and see all the dumb memes you posted.
Exactly. It's such a simple way. It's such a simple thing that I see a lot of streamers miss out on. But it's like you're just talking to the audience, but why not go further with that? They're not just your viewers anymore. These are peoples that you peoples. These are people that you want to make connections with. These are the people that you want to keep having come back to the stream. You want them to you want to add value to their lives. You want them to understand why they should come back because you, and this is a big thing, because you care. You genuinely care. It's the most important thing, guys. That you had to have that genuineness.
Yeah, good point. Even better than talking about movie titles is, hey, how was your test last Friday? How did that go? I know you were studying algebra for it.
Oh, yeah. Remembering your viewers' events and what's going on in their lives is so important. So important.
It's also a big ask.
Yes.
But yeah.
It is a really big ask. But if you can do that, if you can start learning how to compartmentalize, your viewers' lives in your brain, it starts getting difficult after a while, because as you start climbing the ranks and you start getting more viewers, it starts becoming a lot harder to remember their lives. And that's actually a unique challenge I've been and this is going to sound like a bit of a humble brag, and I'm really sorry about that. It is starting to become a little bit of a challenge to keep up with that, but you start learning these tricks and you start figuring these out. But while you're at these levels at starting out with streaming, start learning how to start becoming more personable with your viewers.
Turns out everybody needs to be a little bit part an elementary teacher or middle school teacher. Remember all those names and faces. Exactly. That's a good point. You refuse to consider them viewers and fans. They're all my family and friends. That's exactly the way you have to approach that. Leave the word viewers back in 2018. Really? Get a time machine and leave the word viewers back in like 2016. But if you haven't done that yet, do it now.
Yeah, and exactly, Wolfwood, off the chat, a drink and seat on the couch. It's like, I'm playing games and you guys are here to join me. Things like that, It's like hanging out with friends. It's really all it is.
It's like one big streamer circle.
I kid.
That doesn't mean anything to anybody yet, but that's okay. Let's move on into the main topic of discussion for today. So today, for the big part, and this is where we want some input for you guys too, because there's going to be a lot of just dumb stories on this, are donations, tips, chargebacks, the little things that you have to deal with being on a streaming platform, and all the pitfalls that come earlier into that. So why don't you take it away? Oh, also, we're both named Sam, which is why we don't use our other names. I forgot to mention that earlier. So that's why we don't use real life names talking to each other.
It's the same.
Not that you're going to be confused, because I'm not going to call myself Sam, but it's easier just to say.
Exactly. So chargebacks and donations, guys. Donations are a really important part of a stream. Like, super important part. Would you agree? You would agree with that, right? Like, they're the thing that can help move a channel forward, especially when it comes to affording different things and different upgrades to your equipment. Am I right? Like, it's important. It really is.
Turns out money's good.
Yeah, it's and when it comes to donations, though, guys, there's a very dark side to it as well, and that is the ever so dreaded word known as chargebacks. And in case anybody doesn't know what a chargeback is, let's say, Trouble Truck, I'm donating $1,000 to you. Woo! For you. And you're like, well, hot dog, I just got $1,000. I
don't know who you are. Welcome to my chat for the first time, stranger who gave me $1,000. Gee, you workers.
And you're really happy about that, but here Problem. You decide that, all right, well, I got $1,000 on my PayPal account. I go verify that. Ooh, $1,000. That's nice. And so you're like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a brand new PC with my $1,000. Oh, I think we got a slight technical issue. Hold on. Slight technical. Are we good? I think you froze on me. Uh-oh, we got technical.
I froze on you.
All right,
unplugged.
We still got. Oh, all right. There we go. You're back in fuzzy quality. Oh no, get him a blanket.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay,
we're good. We're okay.
Uh-oh, we lost audio. We lost video again.
All right, just keep going.
Okay, so, but let's say then Trouble Truck decides that he wants to take those $1,000 and he wants to go and buy a brand new streaming PC because he's all jazzed and hyped that he got $1,000. Everything works perfectly. He's able to buy all the parts he needs. He's able to buy all the cool equipment and everything, and he's able to. Well, he spent all the money. But then I decide, you know what? I don't like that Trouble Truck guy no more. You ever liked him? You know, I'm a troll, or I might be a troll. You know, bringing up people and tearing them down. And I decide that I want to call my bank, and I'm like, I want that money back. And then something happens to you. It's called a chargeback. Basically, I get my money back, and you are out $1,000. So looks like he needed Zach, you're not wrong though. Guys, whenever you get a donation, wait, especially if it's a suspicious donation. They're usually easy to tell, suspicious donations. But sometimes they can be a little bit more difficult, like someone who's donating $10 every other day, you know, and then they decide, is there a set time to wait? Usually the recommended time, I think, is 30 days because that's when PayPal is like, yeah, you're good. There's no refunds at that point after 30 days.
Must actually, so there's no hard rule for that. So it wait X number of days, but either way. Oh, also,
ooh, Trouble Truck. I am sorry, buddy. We are experiencing technical difficulties. I am very sorry, everyone. I think my connection might have gone a little poopy. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yes, it's 30 days though. Guys, you wanna make sure that 30 days. Give it time. Let it sit. I think we lost Trouble Truck. I think we just lost him, guys. I think he's gone. Can he still hear us though? Is the real question, guys. I'm scared. I'm just kidding. But I am scared. I think we did lose him though. Hold on. We got technical difficulties. We need like a technical difficulty screen. There he is.
Hey, yep. I was just doing a little reset. You still up?
Yes. All right. Perfect. And
with credit card companies, you can wait 3 months. So
yes.
With a credit card, it makes it just real dangerous to trust them. Just go with your gut.
I know that it is a very tempting thing when you have $1,000 sitting around. You gotta wait though, guys. And I've also seen some things where people are like, if you put a disclaimer in there, it's like then they can't do anything. And yeah, they can still do things. There's no disclaimer.
That's not true.
Yeah, there's no disclaimer in the world. There's nothing that you can say that can prevent a chargeback.
Yeah, it can slightly help trying to fight them, but don't trust that. I see that advice tossed around on Twitter a lot, and I'm wondering how many people that say it have actually had to deal with that sort of situation, because it's a holdover from eBay. If you sell something on eBay and someone decides that they want to return it for any reason, they say, oh no, there was a small scratch in the corner, and eBay will side with the person wanting a refund almost 100% of the time. And then in the case of donations and chargebacks, they assume that, hey, maybe you stole your parents' credit card or someone stole your card. That's why chargebacks exist in the first place. And that they can't just say, well, this person said no takebacks, so we have to honor the universal no takebacks rule.
Yeah, no takebacksies, please. Thank you. And this is why I also encourage, my audience, if you want to donate to the stream, bits on Twitch are really great. Subscriptions are really great too, because this applies to Twitch though, guys, because Mixer doesn't have that for non-partners yet.
Yeah, for normal people.
For the normal people, which is something I hope that they fix relatively soon.
Yeah.
But you can't get chargebacks when people donate bits to you. You can't get chargebacks.
That's why bits exist.
Exactly. Bits exist purely to fight chargebacks. And Same thing with subscriptions. Can't get chargebacks with subscriptions. There are also various other services that you can use that you can rely on rather than just pure monetary donations. But if you rely on pure monetary donations, just remember, be careful, guys. It's really, really easy to lose out on hundreds of dollars with people who just charge back to you. And it's all about just being careful. Very, very careful. Yeah, like quest mode. Quest mode's awesome.
That was the wrong link. Damn it. But yeah, so there's also the situation of, or there's a couple ways you can go from this. You either go like, hey, some people donate to female streamers and assume that means that there's a connection there that isn't, or you can say, we can just go down that route for a little bit. I'm guessing you haven't dealt with this, right? I'm guessing that's not something most male streamers tend to deal with.
Yeah, thankfully I have not dealt with a single chargeback in the 4 years I've been streaming. Thank you, Lord. It is amazing. It's just really good that I have not had to deal with it at all in any way, shape, or form. Makes me happy. But just because it hasn't happened to me doesn't mean it can't happen to you. Especially when you have an enterprising asshole.
All the wood, right? Yeah.
Exactly,
So
little pumpkin.
Elements,
Knock on that
Name
wood.
Mammy says, so Stream Elements top tipping page has a chargeback protection things. Do you guys know if that's pretty legit? It's another situation of they can say all they want, but at the end of the day, it's not going to mean a whole lot if the person, let's say, if the person doing the chargeback is experienced at it, which is unfortunately very much a thing. So if the person trying to do the chargeback knows what they're doing, or if they have, let's say, American Express, which will side with the consumer almost 100% of the time, little things like that are something that the company can't actually control. You can charge back anything. Google gets chargebacks. Microsoft, Facebook all get chargebacks. The difference is whenever you charge back Google, they turn off your Google account forever, and that's not something you can easily live on the internet with nowadays. But it's not easy to fight for anybody involved.
Yeah, and like you said, banks, they usually side on the consumers, or on the side of the consumer. So it's just don't take chances, guys. Don't take chances. You could really be out of a lot of money just because you got excited. Be patient with that money. Don't just go out and spend it immediately. Sit on it at the most, or at the most 90 days, at the most. Just be on the safe side. So that way you're not having to go and be like, well, I got $1,000 debt.
I want to be clear. This is for non-regulars. Usually, if there's a regular in your chat and it's not an e-check or something, you can generally rest assured that it's a legitimate donation, and it's just a way that we keep saying that if you know, you know, which is, I guess, a dumb meme. But it is true. It's like you get the email looking for your bank account info with a bunch of misspelled words. It's not quite that simple whenever it's a Twitch donation, but it's usually like, hey, I've never seen this person's name before. Why are they giving me more money than I've ever made streaming in my entire career?
Yeah. So it's because I remember when I got my really first big donation, which was like, it was awesome, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. But it was like I waited. I didn't touch the money, and thankfully that person who donated actually became a regular, and it was awesome, but we still had that patience, still made sure to wait, because you never know what kind of person you're dealing with. You may think someone's being incredibly generous when they're actually being incredibly.
Yeah. Another thing with donations too, shifting gears a little bit here, is you have to approach them the right way. So everybody wants to get paid streaming. That's just a fact. Everybody wants to get paid. Cash rules everything around me. And that's very true. So you think, hey, I put in, 30, 40 hours a week doing community stuff, doing stream stuff. I want to make a buck doing this. How can I do it? And I see a lot of people that go about it way too aggressively. So you'll go into their bio and you scroll down, and the first thing you see before schedule, before social media, is here's my donate button. Stop. big ass donate button on the bottom of the page that sounds like it's shouting for your attention, and that's my personal biggest turn off when I see a page.
Yeah, it's something that you want. You're like, I'm streaming 8 hours a day. Why don't I just slap this donation button right here? You know, it's a timing thing. You don't want to be too like in someone's face about it. Like Trouble Truck said, you want to get paid, but you don't want to be too much of an asshole about it either. You don't want to be like, "Pay, give me your money."
Yeah,
give me your money. So my favorite thing, yeah, my favorite is the only thing is that donate button. I have seen that in a couple of channels at Hume where I go in there and it's just like, wow, so you just started streaming and the only thing you have is a donate button. Okay. Right.
Oh, weird. All right, let's check your history. Okay, 1 view a stream. Okay,
cool. Instrumental, welcome, buddy.
Not there's anything wrong with 1 view a stream, but if you're streaming to one person, don't have your chat bot spam the donate link every 4 minutes. That's generally not a good thing.
Have you guys donated yet?
And another thing people don't really think about is incentives and rewards and things like that, because they say, oh, I look at other streamers and they just exist and get paid for existing and keep doing what they're doing. But you got to really think about, be careful with, sub button perks or donation perks. Or I even, in fact, and this is a pretty common thing, but one of my favorite, just like friend streamers does these workout streams for donations. And it's like every couple of dollars to get donated, you add 10 more push-ups to the counter. And I watched him do 600 push-ups in a night. And I donated because that was exciting to me. It was entertaining to see, like, let's push this guy until he breaks. And then he actually did it. So it's just little things like that, or karaoke songs or something other than, oh, hey, a donation, and then continue back to gaming.
Yeah. It's you want to make a big deal out of your donations, guys, because someone is, in my opinion, always the most important thing that a viewer can give is their time. But once they start giving you their money too, big deal out of that. Because that's like, wow, you're giving me money? Holy jeez, thank you. It makes it's a really warm feeling when you get that first donation for sure.
Yeah, though I will say, maybe not always make a big deal out of it, and maybe we can disagree on this a little bit, but sometimes it's interrupts the flow of your stream a lot. So it's like trying to announce, and maybe that's the balance between follows and subs versus donations, but whenever you're in a groove and you're in the middle of a game, or you're on a subject and a topic, and then people keep following or donating in one of those waves, and you have to say, oh, let's announce this name. Oh, let's announce this name. And it throws you off track. So how do you feel if you're in the groove of something and you get a donation? How do you deal with that?
For me, I put that groove on the side because, like I said, someone gave me money. That's, to me, that's a really big deal. And I don't want them to feel left out. I'm saying this personally as a viewer myself. I know that if one of my donations got ignored, if someone ignored me giving them money, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucking out of here later, dude.
No, yeah,
I'm about to charge back. So to me, that's the important thing. Of course, it's different for everyone, though. To some people, they understand that viewer, or they understand that the streamer wants to get through the subject, because if Ninja kept stopping everything he's doing to thank everybody who's subscribing or donating, I think it really does depend on the situation. I think I agree with you for the most part. Unless you're Ninja, you're right. You don't want someone to give you money and then not get acknowledged, because that's the understood transaction. Basically, yeah. that's what it's come to mean. Yeah,
definitely. Maybe I do see that when you give money and they don't say something that hurts your feelings. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely at this level, guys, you want to make everyone feel special, included. You want to make them feel that burning desire that you feel on the inside for streaming. That, and you want them to feel that too. That's basically what I'm saying here. Just
give out your love to everybody. That's easy to do, right?
It's so easy.
Make everybody. I know. It's just
so easy. As a viewer, when I give bits or whatever, if they don't say something, it hurts my feelings. Yeah. I notice is that because I react big, a lot of my charm people have thanked me for noticing them after stream. Yeah. So it's really important, guys. I think.
It's true. Another example I can think of recently where there was like a sub train going why is a train going on for? And where people were donating a lot to a person that's subscribing to their channel. There we go. That sounds less weird. The person just started breaking down crying, and that was like a combo multiplier to the donations that were going on. People like, oh my god, we're breaking this person. Let's pile on and continue. So
Yeah,
there is definitely something to be said, Pumpkin, for having a big reaction to whenever things like that happen.
it's when people see that genuine, you're gonna hear me say this word a lot on this show, that genuine reaction to someone's time, someone's follow, someone's sub, someone's donation. That could be the determinant factor between having a person who just stopped in there or a person who's going to be watching your stream 4 years down the road, 5 years, and so on. You know, it's that determinant. It's that thing that really does make a difference.
You can handle Zakium's coming here too.
Yes, and Zakium, you know, it's like you said, glad you're pointing out genuine. It's so important, guys. I've seen so many streamers who seem like they're just doing it, you know, because that's like what everyone's doing. You know, it's like, I'm gonna be a streamer and I'm gonna play the video game. Yeah, welcome to the stream, dude. You know, it's that genuine.
Oh, donation! Blah, 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 blah. You know,
it's like, hey,
when they have the exact same reaction every time.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah,
that's
oh yeah, cool, thanks for the donation. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you want people to feel loved. Maybe you should, guys, we should coin the word genuine.
Yeah, genuine Pogchat. Nope. It's not working. It's not fitting, but maybe someday. I saw a streamer cry and they got donations, got more donations. I should cry too. Yeah, no, that's not the message to take away from this. It's just...
I want to make them cry more. This is funny.
You know what? That might actually work. It's not the message to take away. If you're able to pull it off, that'd probably work.
Yeah, you guys want to, like I said, you want to be... Donations are a really important part of your streams.
Pogwine? I know what you're trying to say, but I'm trying to read that word. Okay, sorry.
Pogween. You want to... Donations are
delicious.
Near and dear to any streamer's heart because money if you money on Twitch or as a streamer is usually seen as an evil thing. It's like, you should be talking about money, you should be doing this because you love it, you know. I disagree with that. I think if you're, you know, streaming 20-30 hours a week, why shouldn't you expect to make something out of this that you're pouring your heart and pouring your time into?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be your focus, but I don't think you should not want to make something out of streaming either, because that's the industry that we're in now. This is an industry, you know. The top streamer is making bazillions of dollars. So it's like, if you have the talent, and if you have the drive, and if you have the passion, why shouldn't you be rewarded for that?
Yeah, it's always kind of funny to say, and there are people that do purely do it as a hobby, but the amount of people that would reject making money doing this is I'm assuming very low. So you see people like, oh, I'm not really interested in getting paid. I'm just doing it for, you know, for fun. I've told myself that too. That's a lie.
Yeah.
On some level, you definitely would like to get paid, even if it's not your focus.
Yeah, and it's something that you, like I said, you don't want to make a focus on, but you know, it's like, I'm sitting here, I'm streaming, I think I'm being funny, I think I'm being entertaining, you know, there's people in here, they're enjoying this, they're, you know, my time, I'm giving them my time and they're giving me their time, but this isn't cheap, you know, lighting isn't cheap, a good webcam isn't cheap, you know, so it's that balance of what you want versus what.
So I'm going to add on to this a little bit. When did you first discover that you had value as a streamer? That what you were putting out there was actually worth something?
So, as I told you guys, I've been streaming for over 4 years. I started streaming in 2014. I didn't realize my value as a streamer until halfway through last year. I didn't even realize it when I was a Mixer partner. It wasn't until I really came back to Twitch. This is my hometown, you know, this Twitch is where I started, where I am now. And I still love Mixer with all of my heart. I think it's a really great website full of really great people, really awesome people. But when I realized that, hey, I'm funny. Hey, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am as a streamer. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm not what I can be. That's when I realized my value. And that's when I realized, hey, I want to give people that value, as show that value to other people. And I think it's been really awesome, really just an eye-opening experience for me. And once,
But do you think there was a turning point, or do you think it's something that you just had to slowly realize stream after stream? Because I think a lot of people were saying it, be careful with when you put up your donation button, right? So I think a lot of people have trouble finding, well, what's the point? It kind of goes along with the confidence thing of when do you feel comfortable asking for money for what you're doing. So I was wondering if there's like a switch or if it was just a slow realization.
well, when I first started streaming, I put up the button. I put up a donation button. I didn't make it the big deal because someone wanted to donate to me. I didn't have a donation button. I was like, wow, okay, I'll just put this here then. And then it was just part of the stream. The switch, it wasn't really a switch though. It was a gradual build up towards that confidence, especially as you start gaining momentum, guys. You start to gain more confidence in yourself, but even then you need to have that confidence as a streamer. Even if you have 0 viewers, even if you are the only viewer, you need to have confidence in yourself, because the thing is, why should I have confidence in you if you don't have confidence in yourself? Why should I, as a new viewer who comes into your stream, want to watch your stream? Why? Give me that reason. And confidence is sexy, guys. It's sexy. It is.
It's what people say a lot is be your biggest fan, right?
Exactly.
So if you don't like what your content is, how are other people going to like it as well?
And you want to, like we said, give people that value, genuine value. And guys, the donation button, that's a really fickle thing. I think it's okay if you put it in your stream, when you first starting out, in case somebody does want to donate, but don't make a big deal out of it. Don't be like, hey guys, see that donate button? Just click it. Click it and put some money in there.
Yeah. Should we say, is it safe to say just don't mention it?
I'd say, yeah, don't mention it for a while. Don't mention it for a while,
Yeah.
It's just
If
there.
you
It just
decide to
exists.
start bringing it up like as you're going off air or something, along with the, hey, check out my Twitter. Also, here's the donate button if you want.
Yeah,
Wow.
And it's like, if you want to help support the stream, awesome. Done. Don't make a big deal out of it. Is everything okay?
Zakium, that's a ton of time streaming.
Oh my god.
That's a ton of time streaming.
Oh
That's what my eyes are going for. That's so much, dude.
Oh my god.
Okay, Zakium, you must have. What's the most important thing you learned in a full year of 8 hours a day streaming? That's
I'll tell you what I'm learning right
to take breaks.
You got dedication, man. Rick. Dedication. Oh my god.
That's
I see what you, oh my gosh.
do some quick math here. That was 2,000, 3,000 hours. I don't know. Did it for
Yes.
over 500 days before I finally stopped. I'm gonna go out on a limb here on chat. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's great that you did, and it's great that you can, but don't
Okay,
expect
Mr.
that you
Creeper.
have to do that to be a streamer.
It's
That's
okay.
so
So
much.
here's something that I want to say real quick. As a new streamer, it may be tempting to stream 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you like, this is the only way I'm gonna grow. That's not true. That's a later discussion that I want to talk about. But right now, I don't want to get too far away from donations. But be careful with streaming all the time. It's really, really dangerous, in my opinion.
For your mental health, take breaks. The same to do with anything. 8 hours a day, you're gonna go insane. Especially, it sounds like with no vacations.
Yeah,
Um,
it was
done less than a necessity.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
it's okay if it's like the thing that you want to do, but in my general advice, just don't do it. Please don't do it. Crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I don't want to see you on the news and feel responsible for that. So just don't think that you have to do that.
But yeah, guys, donations.
Yeah, if you had more to say going back to donations, go ahead. Yeah, look at that. Same page.
Yeah, but donations, guys, keep them on your mind. They're not evil. like I think a lot of the stereotypes that are put on it. But don't be like donate all the time. Make it a organic part of your stream. You know, be genuine about it when people do donate. Be careful of chargebacks. All right. If there's anything Papa Sam's can tell you, be careful of chargebacks.
Papa Sam's. I'm older than you. You don't get the Papa Sam label.
Dang it. Oh well. One day, maybe. That sounds like I'm about to murder him.
No, it's not gonna work unless I die.
Sounds like I'm about to murder him. I swear, guys. I swear I'm not.
Take this mantle. Yeah.
Well, when he's missing next week, I'll be Papa Sam. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You can just say that I'm dead and you can take it for a week.
Oh, yeah. He's Papa Sam. I'll be Uncle Sam. There you go. See, it works.
There you go. Yep. All right. Also, just a small thing, and this just applies to female streamers, but no amount of donation entitles anyone to anything. So I've seen some female streamers that try to be a little bit too nice when they're very obvious in those situations where it's like, I donated to you, please pay attention to me, please notice me, and things like that. And they're too nice to just say, no, go away. Like, because you don't want to, it's like, oh, you gave me money. Like, that's cool. And we want to be friends. I don't want to be too mean. But speaking as a guy who was at one point single and couldn't take a hint, be overly explanatory on, okay, just define the boundary right here. This is what happens. Because once you start letting one of those in, then people will just start flooding them all over the place. It's a dumb situation to be in all around.
Yeah, guys, remember, your stream is always going to be your stream. Even if someone donates $1 billion to your stream, actually, at that point, I think, you can have that stream. You can have everything. You can have everything. I'll see you guys later.
What do you want?
But if someone donates money to your stream, it doesn't make it their stream. It'll never make it their stream. Nothing that anyone can do outside of $1 billion, by the way, guys. Just saying, it's a price tag on my stream.
Wait, yeah.
It's always going to be your stream. You cannot let people bully you around because they've given you money or because they've given you subscriptions or because they've done this or because they've done that. It will always be your stream. You always have the final say. Always will have the final say, guys. And nobody should be able to tell you otherwise.
And no one's going to want to watch that. They tune in for you, not for what Jman789 wants you to do because he gave you some money. Like that's another reason to just be genuine again. All back to that word.
Yeah, genuine. And once again, guys, confidence. You need to have confidence in yourself to stand up to the bullies. You need to have confidence in yourself to stand up to the trolls. And I know that it can be difficult sometimes, especially when they keep breaking you down to your base level. It's difficult sometimes. And I know that it's just you have to stand up to it. You can't let it beat you.
If you pay me in cheesecake, that works. It's $1 billion worth of cheesecake. That was my price.
Yeah, Zoe, it's super simple cheesecake. That's perfectly fine too. Because apparently I've seen your cheesecakes and I'm ready for it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of these are probably going to feel a little bit like a TED Talk as we get onto it.
Well, I hope that you guys are enjoying this format because I don't know about you guys and I don't know about you, Trouble Truck, but I'm having a really great time with this.
It's good.
This knowledge that it's just being shared is always just so important. And
we actually want to open it up at some point, do pure coaching-based streams as well, where we take people's questions and try to give you more specific advice, but we'll get into that down in the future.
Yeah, and in case you guys ever want to tune in again, we do these every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
5 p.m. GMT -6 till
we run out of stuff to say.
Yeah. And I always think that it's important. Streaming is a very difficult industry to get into and very scary industry to get to as well. So anything help. And I think talking about the industry as well is also really important. It helps keep everyone in it honest, so to speak. And I agree. Very awesome topic. And are there previous ones? Well, actually, this is like kind of the first official episode. We did one last week, but that's been lost to time forever now. It's not.
There it goes. We finished up like, oh damn it.
Yeah, it's very sad. I cry every night thinking about it. Because it was honestly the best thing ever, guys. It was going to change your life. We had the formulas to go faster than the speed of light on there. It's crazy, but we lost it. So,
we'll play a tribute video at some point in the future for that first episode one.
That didn't happen.
That Tenacious D song.
And no, this is really great though, guys. And we genuinely hope that you enjoy it.
You can feel free to plug your channel, by the way. I don't really stream, but
yeah.
You can.
Well, guys, if you ever want to catch me as a streamer, I am at twitch.tv/Injured Waffles with a Z, like you can see right here, Injured Waffles. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, GMT -6, and then Sundays 12 to 4 GMT -6. This is all PM, by the way. New topic, new color. Yeah, new topic, new color for my lights in the background. There you go.
Yeah. I run the streamer squad. Go check that out if you haven't already, though I'm assuming you have, because why else would you be here? But it's a thing. It's a community. It's fun.
Yes, and guys, streamer squad, stream teams are a really useful source of networking, so definitely make sure to join the streamer squad if you haven't already done so.
Let's say making friends. I have a vendetta against the word networking, and I don't like the way it's being used lately. So
yeah,
that'll be a show topic for the future, because
I actually agree with that as well. It's no longer just networking. You're once again genuinely making friends. How many times can we like bang that in everyone's head? Genuine, guys.
ASMR streams, genuine.
I don't know what you're talking about, Zach Hume. It's now lurk for lurk, please and thank you. Gosh.
Support for support in 2019. Yeah. It's follow for follow with the half-ass coat of paint.
Yeah. I can't, and I think this goes back to your monologue. You gotta be careful, guys, that you don't fall into trap of, because sorry, someone followed, so my lights go a little bit crazy.
I see that. Yeah, I was looking at those. I need to get my lights in here.
Sorry, you guys are hearing my following music. I'm super sorry about that. Yeah, Streamer Squad is a huge family. There are so many great people on there. In fact, Leono, you're one of the admins, I believe, of the Streamer Squad as well. And I definitely, guys, like I said.
So as we close here, this is a thought I had earlier when someone mentioned Pogwine or Pogween. What do you suppose the poggers taste like?
I don't know. I think
is it just frog? Is it frog legs?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little savory. Might pair well with a little Chardonnay. Maybe.
I know. You've eaten alligator, right?
Yeah, I live in Louisiana. Well, I live in whatever. I live in Louisiana.
I was trying to be vague about it.
I live in Louisiana.
Right.
Most people know that. I live in Louisiana. Don't know where in Louisiana though, but I live there. I live in Gatorland.
It's a big state. Yeah, you can figure it out. Oh man, I was definitely trying to be subtle about that, because I was gonna say you've eaten gator. Of course you have. So yeah, I imagine a poggers taste a little bit like gator, but maybe a little fishier.
Maybe. I think so.
Yeah.
So
maybe. What sauce did you pair with the poggers?
Ooh, maybe a red sauce, maybe like a marinara or like some tomato based sauce.
Yeah, I can put that together. You know what? I think it's dinner time.
I think so too.
I think that's going to do it today. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. That was a really fun one. I'm really glad that you all participated and hanging out. And as I say every time, it means the world to me, because it blows my mind that anybody shows up to watch me talk about anything. So again, thank you. If you're going to PAX next week, to PAX South, come find me. I'll be posting all of our scheduled stuff on Twitter, so you can take a look and see where I'll be and all the days for that.
Yes.
That's all I got. Thanks.
So, guys, also, in case you don't know, this is the Pogchat
yes.
stream podcast.
Pogchat.
So, if you guys are interested, we're definitely going to be setting this up on a YouTube channel. This VOD will be on
Probably
the
a
YouTube
podcast
channel.
feed once we can figure it out.
Yeah, and then also once we figure it out, it's going to be on a podcast as well. It's going to be a podcast feed for you guys to listen to all of the shenanigans that happen. So, if you have
We talk about algorithms. All those other platforms have algorithms. My mind's fucking stop. Hurry, kill it.
All right, we love you guys.